I'm Reverend Dr. Joel Cumberbatch, the spiritual advisor to the Cabinet of Barbados. And of course, I have a very long and distinguished association with the Western Holiness Church. Actually, this year I am celebrating 44 years of ministry. Obviously, I entered the ministry quite young. Actually, I went from school into training. And I think there are a number of factors which really help to shape that call, as we like to talk about it in Christian circles. Obviously, I had a very good upbringing, good Christian upbringing. I had grandparents who knew the Lord, and from the time I knew myself, we were in church. But on a wider scale, the old saying is that it takes a village to raise its child, and I came up all around me seeing people in church exercising their faith in profound ways. So I thought it was quite natural for me to move in that direction. Actually, I knew that I was meant for ministry from the time I was a child, and I can speak at length on that. Actually, my mom told me that when she took me to be baptized in 1957, she didn't have a name. One of my early mentors, Father Gatherer, the late Father Gatherer, actually gave me my name, Joel de Courcy. And looking back, I thought that was quite prophetic. Maybe he knew that I was going to be a prophet. And actually, Father Gatherer was one who supported my ministry, always inquired about my welfare. And he gave me numerous opportunities to preach too at the Ajus Parish Church. But I admired him too for his involvement in the community. I remember as a little boy seeing St. Andrew Parish Church in Chalkmount, where I grew up, having open-air meetings. And I happen to know that he was very, very, very involved in helping the poor and disenfranchised. You know, you've heard so many negative things in the past, but that has not been my experience at all. And the experience of many, many people whom I grew up with. He was very, very involved, and I thought he was an excellent priest. Actually, I think the Prime Minister could have chosen one of many, many other excellent, very qualified persons in Barbados to serve as spiritual advisor. But I consider it an honor and a privilege to serve. And I've always been about serving. And I think it will give me the opportunity to continue to do what I've been doing all the time as a church, not just the Western Holiness Church, but certainly the church generally across Barbados. We've always been engaged in praying for our leaders. That is a biblical mandate. We have to pray for our leaders because we believe that prayer has a way of going where no other entity can. So we'll continue to pray, and then we will continue to counsel and advise, as the occasions merit. And of course, spiritual advising is nothing new. Of course, I'm sure we all are aware that even in biblical times, there were prophets and men of God who serve as advisors to kings and to governments. And I really see it as an honor to be able to continue to contribute to my own country. We have a beautiful country. Yes, there are challenges here and there. But I think, as the Prime Minister continues to say, and others as well, that we have been punching above our weight. And as the anthem said, I think it's in part due to our trust in God and reliance on God that we have come this far. And if I may add, we've come this far by faith. I want certainly to thank my own General Board of Administration because I have served as the General Superintendent of the Western Holiness Church for the past 9 years. Of course, I have 3 years left because we can't go past 12 years, 12 consecutive years. But in addition to that, over the last 6 years or so, I have been serving as the chairman of the International Board of the Wesleyan Church, uh, which is made up of about almost 100 countries across the world. So we interface in a very integral way with Wesleyans right across the world. And I certainly want to thank them, not only for the opportunities that they've given me to lead, because I've always been a leader in my church, local level, district level, the regional level, and even the national level. And I want to thank them for the support that they have been given. Actually, without even my prompting, out of courtesy, I wrote my executive and told them that this Prime Minister had asked me to serve. And immediately my vice chairman sent out a letter right across the region. And the very next day, that was the Sunday, and the Sunday, that letter was read in every Wesleyan church. And the churches were praying, as they normally do. So I want to thank God for that privilege, as I said before, the privilege to serve. Service is an honor. And as men of God, we try the best as we can to be very practical about what we preach. The truth is, service too, I think I should put in this plug for my elementary Allen School, because our motto is for others, not self. And from a very, very early age, apart from the socialization in the context of the home and the community, I think that motto helped at a very, very early age to shape me and to understand that life is not just about me and mine and ours, but it's about service to other people who are around us. And I am very, very happy for the privilege to continue to do that.